Hey y'all, it's Lindsay again, actually looking at the camera this time. I'm trying to get a little better about that. I think I'm slowly improving. So I had so much fun doing my anti-haul last time. That's honestly probably my favorite video I've made so far since making a YouTube channel. And I really wanted to do another one, but I didn't feel like I quite had enough products to really make a full anti-haul out of it, probably because it's been so soon since my last anti-haul. I think I need to wait a little longer until maybe like all the spring collections have dropped and all these new things have come out, and then maybe I'll do another one. So I'm gonna do sort of an anti-haul here. I'm gonna anti-haul certain products and collections before they're even out, before they're even announced, before they're even teased on Instagram. Basically, I'm going to name some brands really that I am already anti-hauling whatever they come out with next. I don't care what it is, I'm not going to buy it. It's kind of like a brands I'm not going to buy anymore video, kind of like that sort of thing. I've definitely seen some people do those, but I also don't want to be that definitive or like presumptuous of my future self, I guess. Like, I feel like with an anti-haul, there's a little wiggle room in there. When people anti-haul products, sometimes they still will later change their mind or maybe still get those products later when they go on sale. And I do sometimes see people do videos of products that they had previously anti-hauled and then they then admit they were wrong because they actually really like them. So I'm not necessarily saying that I will never purchase anything from these brands ever. I don't want to speak for myself 6 months from now, a year from now. All I'm saying is that as of right now, March, what the hell day is it? March 7th, 2019. All I'm saying is right now, whatever these brands are cooking up, whatever they're about to drop next or tease on Instagram next, I already don't want it. That's what I'm saying. So if that makes sense and it sounds like something you'd enjoy watching, then let's get right into it. Okay, first of all, got my notes right here. First on the list is Kylie Cosmetics. I am already anti-hauling whatever she comes out with next. Whatever she's got cooking up in her mansion, I already do not want it. I wanted to start with Kylie because I wanted to start with a brand that I genuinely do like, or I guess did like, I guess would be more accurate. I own several of the Kylie lipsticks and lip kits. I have all these here. I have the Posy K, I have Love Bite, I have, what other ones do I have? Oh yeah, I have Air, I have Rain. I have several of them. I actually have even more back at my parents' house in California. These are just the ones I brought to London with me. So obviously I do like them if I've bought so many. I do think the price point for them is a little steep. I mean, I've never actually paid full price for them, to be honest. I've always bought them when they went on sale, so I've never actually paid full price for them, but I have absolutely loved every single one of them that I've bought. They look great on me, they wear great, they don't transfer a lot for me. I really actually love the smell. They last for me. This Posy K one, this is like my ride or die. I just love this color. I love everything about it. I really don't have anything bad to say about the lipsticks themselves, other than the price point, which I do think is a little outrageous. But I will say, certain formulas seem to work better for some people than others. And I say this because for me, the Kylie lipsticks, they last very well. They hardly transfer at all. But for my friend, and this was the exact same lipstick. Like, this wasn't even just the same brand. Like, it wasn't just the same shade. It was the literal same tube of lipstick. In fact, I think it was this one exactly. So I had worn this several times. Hardly had any transfer with it. My friend Rachel borrowed it from me and wore it when we went out to lunch with her daughter, and it was transferring all over her food, all over her drink, all over the place. Literally the exact same lipstick that hardly transfers at all for me when I wear it. So riddle me that one. And then the really interesting thing is that Rachel, my friend, absolutely loves the ColourPop lipsticks, their liquid lipsticks, because they don't transfer at all for her. I cannot stand the ColourPop lipsticks. For me, they are dry, they are flaky, they are patchy, they don't last, they transfer. I have given away every single ColourPop lipstick I have ever purchased. I absolutely can't stand them. I hate them. And then apparently the Kylie ones have almost the exact same formula as the ColourPop ones, and I love them. I mean, this is one for the fucking Scooby-Doo gang here. I don't know. Anyway, I've gotten way off topic. The reason I am now anti-hauling Kylie and her whole brand is because it's just gotten too overwhelming for me. I can't keep up with this girl anymore. Like, I don't know, I guess I'm just getting old or something, but this girl is churning out products and new shades so fast. I don't know how anyone can keep up. I really don't. And it seems like it's gotten worse lately. It really does. I don't know if her brand is maybe kind of faltering because the hype has worn down a little bit. So now she's just kind of going for quantity over quality and just kind of like just throwing everything she can think of at the wall and hoping something will stick. At least that would be my hypothesis. I don't know, but it's just too much, at least in my opinion. And at least for a purely, yeah, apparently the people that live in my building have resumed their daily activities of throwing pots and pans and cement blocks at the wall, so sorry for that. At least they're not doing it at 3 a.m. this time. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I really think it's too much for a purely online brand. For brands in the store, I think it's actually conducive to have a lot of different colors and a lot of different shades because you can actually see them all at once. You know, like it's different if you can get them all in your eyesight at once. With an online store, it's really difficult to compare different shades of the same color, which is really the case with Kylie. She's got a lot of similar shades. I mean, she has like 30 million reds and 50,000 pinks and a billion browns at this point. And yeah, I'm sure they're all different and they all have different undertones and they all look good on different skin types and different people, but how the fuck could you ever figure out which one you want? By the time I've scrolled to the bottom of the page on her website, I can't even remember which ones I liked from the beginning of the page. Hell, by the time my computer even loads the entire page of her lipsticks, I could have taken a 20-minute nap. Basically, what you have to do to compare, like say you want to compare all the pinks, is like you have to open them in like 50 different tabs on your computer and click between them, or just put all 50 in your cart so you can at least see them all without getting distracted by other shades. And then you have to then scroll through all of them and try to compare the shades of just that one color. In the time it takes me to do that, I could have gone to Sephora, swatched every pink lipstick in the store, chosen one, bought it, gone back home and started on the novel that I've been saying I'm going to write for the last 5 years. It's insanity at this point. The site is just pure mayhem. There have been several occasions where I have gone to that website fully intending to purchase something and then just given up and closed the tab because I'm just so overwhelmed. KylieCosmetics.com is the website equivalent of a trip to IKEA. It's confusing, it's disorienting, it's overwhelming, it's full of garbage that nobody asked for. It takes all damn day to find what you want. And to be honest, I'm probably going to end up fighting with my spouse at some point before the day is over. Plus, there's that whole issue with online. You can't swatch anything or try anything on. When there's like 30 different pinks, how in the name of Cthulhu am I ever supposed to figure out which shade I want or which shade is going to look good on me unless I can swatch it or try it on? You can't. You just have to take a chance because you can't return it with her website. And that's the same issue I have with the concealers that she has as well. I would never purchase a concealer or a foundation online. I would never buy a concealer or a foundation without being able to swatch it or try it on my face first. I remember looking at the Kylie concealers when they first came out, when she first debuted them, because I was actually in the market for a new concealer at the time, but I was looking at them and just thinking, I'm gonna have to buy like 4 different shades to figure out which one works for me, and I just ain't about that life. I haven't tried any of Kylie's other products. I've only tried the lip stuff. I haven't tried her eyeshadows or her highlighters or what the hell else does she have on that site? Probably dental floss. She has fucking everything on that site now. I haven't tried any of it. The point is, I can't speak to the quality of anything besides the lip products. I was definitely intrigued by some of the other products of hers, like some of the eyeshadow palettes, but they always just seemed way overpriced for me. and those never seem to go on sale. It seems like just the lipsticks go on sale. I'm not really sure why. I can't imagine the eyeshadow palettes sell that well that she never needs to put them on sale, but what the hell do I know? Apparently nothing. Anyway, moving on. The next thing I'm anti-hauling, or I guess brand I'm anti-hauling, is whatever Jeffree Star comes up with next. So as I've said before, I do not like Jeffree Star because of a personal interaction I had with him a little over 10 years ago. And like I said before, I am not going to go into the details of that interaction because I genuinely don't want other people to dislike him because of a personal interaction that I had with him. I want people to dislike him for their own reasons because there are plenty of other reasons to dislike him that have nothing to do with me, so just take your pick. However, for the first time, I can now actually comment on his products because I bought some while they were on sale on Beauty Bay because I wanted to try them out. I was always kind of curious about them, to be honest. Their aesthetic does really appeal to me. This bright pink, I mean, this is me in a color. If I were a color, it would be this exact same shade of pink. So I got two of the highlighters. I got the Princess Cut one and the Peach Goddess one. I also got two of the liquid lipsticks. I got Prom Night and Unicorn Blood. And then I also got this one bullet lipstick. So I got a few of different products of his. I absolutely loathe this lipstick. This is tied with the Kat Von D lipsticks for my least favorite lipstick of all time. It's patchy, the color payoff is terrible, it transfers like crazy, it doesn't last for shit. I feel like I have to completely reapply it every time I take a sip of coffee or give someone a kiss or sneeze. I don't know, it's like it just evaporates into the air. It's like my lips repel it or something. The highlighters are nice, but they're expensive as shit. I genuinely don't think they're any better than highlighters that are like $5. Yes, it's big, so you get a lot of product, but who the hell asked for that? Like, I have used these several times. It looks like I haven't even touched them, pretty much. I mean, who uses that much highlighter? If I use this every day for the rest of my life, I probably still wouldn't hit pan in this. I'm still going to be using this when I hold my first grandchild. Like, who asked for a highlighter the size of your fucking face? Who asked for that? The liquid lipsticks are really good. I mean, they are. You gotta give credit where credit is due, but there's also so many other brands out there with great liquid lipsticks, and I don't think it's anything to write home about. They're really good, but that's it. So whatever bullshit he comes out with next, I don't want it. Moving on. Next thing on my preemptive anti-haul is whatever Kat Von D farts out next. In case I haven't made my stance on Kat Von D perfectly clear by now, I am anti-Kat Von D. I have never really cared much for her products with the exception of her tattoo concealer. I used to use the tattoo concealer a lot back when I was an actor and I had to conceal my tattoos a lot. Now that I'm in science and healthcare, I don't really have to as much. And speaking of healthcare, my career, boy do I have some opinions on Kat Von D, most of which I have shared before, but the bottom line is I am halfway through a master's degree in public health. I am an aspiring physician. I absolutely cannot and will not buy the products of this woman and show them on my channel. So I guess I'm just gonna have to find a new brand with patchy and drying lipsticks and obnoxiously shaped eyeshadow palettes. Also, just a quick side note, right before Christmas time, like here in London, I was at a department store and they already had her Christmas palette from that year on sale for 50% off. So I can't imagine her products are selling that well anymore if they were basically already on clearance practically the day after they came out. So that kind of tickled me pink a little bit to see that. Yeah. Next on my list, I have Huda Beauty. This is actually a brand that I have never purchased in my life and have no desire to whatsoever. There is not a single thing that this brand has ever pumped out that I've even been mildly interested in trying. And it's not just the price point, although I do think the price point is pretty outrageous, but also I see people use Huda Beauty products all the time on YouTube and Instagram, and they always rave about how amazing they are. But then I look at it and I look at the looks they create, and I don't think they even look all that amazing. Like, they look nice, but do I think it looks exponentially better than something that costs a fraction of the price? No, I don't. I don't know. I don't want to start like a whole conspiracy or anything, but to me, something about the way beauty gurus just indiscriminately rave about Huda Beauty products, something about it just seems awfully fishy to me. I don't know if it's because she's a fellow social media beauty guru, so they feel like they kind of have to have their back. I don't know if she's bought some people out. Like, I don't know if she has some people in her pocket, but maybe I'm just crazy and just making shit up. But to me, it really does seem fishy how these super expensive products of hers that really don't look all that much better than other products that are a fraction of the price, and yet people rave about them like they cured cancer. That's what seems fishy to me. And if you want to see an example of what I'm talking about, look at literally any video where Raw Beauty Kristi talks about Huda Beauty, and you will see what I mean. I actually unfollowed Raw Beauty Kristi because of this. I followed her for years. I had always loved her, and then all of a sudden it was like every other video she made was just her reviewing a Huda Beauty product and talking about how amazing it is. Also, she uses like the same 3 words to describe every single product by Huda Beauty, and that's something that I just find very suspicious. Fun game, actually. Watch a Raw Beauty Kristi video where she reviews a Huda Beauty product and take a shot every time she says the word stunning. Stunning, this is just stunning, it's so stunning. Take a shot every time she says it. You will die. The fact that it's so amazing and yet she can only think of one word to describe it, that's something that just raises a lot of red flags for me. And like I said, I actually unfollowed her because I just felt like I couldn't trust her reviews anymore, which might seem extreme. If you don't feel that way, that's fine. Maybe it really is just me, but to be honest, the whole reason I used to absolutely love Raw Beauty Kristi, the whole reason I used to love her was because I felt like she was kind of an alternative to people like Jaclyn Hill and Nikki Tutorials, who would do like the more professional grade stuff, do more of like the luxury items, the expensive items. I felt like, to me, Kristi was more of like an every girl. Like, she was actually relatable. She actually reviewed products that I could afford and use them in ways that I would use them. And now lately, it seems like all she ever does is review products that are way too expensive for me and rave about how amazing they are. So I just unfollowed her because I just felt like she just become another Jaclyn Hill rather than being an alternative to Jaclyn Hill, which is what she originally was, in my opinion. If you're looking for a beauty guru who's a little more kind of grounded, like kind of how Raw Beauty Kristi used to be, my recommendations would be Lucia Tepper, Smoky Glow, Lauren May, Jack Emery. That's just to name a few. I'll link all their channels down below. I highly suggest checking all of them out if you're someone like me, just not a professional makeup artist, just like a kind of a makeup enthusiast. I'd say those are really good options to follow. They're beauty gurus that are actually like relatable for a normal person. That's how I would describe them. Okay, that got really off topic, but getting back on point. I am preemptively anti-hauling everything from Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath forever. And this one purely is the price point. I have never tried Pat McGrath. I have tried a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, and it was definitely good. I haven't tried Pat McGrath, so for all I know, it could be the fucking Hope Diamond of eyeshadow. But here's the thing, y'all. If I am going to spend upwards of $100, sometimes even upwards of $200 on a single eyeshadow palette, that eyeshadow had better apply itself to my face while I'm snoozing in the morning, stay on like glue for a 12-hour workday, remove itself at the end of the night, and take all my crow's feet and wrinkles with it, okay? If it ain't gonna do all that, I'm not paying that much for it. That's all I have to say. Moving on. Next, I have the Z Palette brand. I know that's not exactly makeup so much as accessories. They're really just like makeup accessories, but I'm still not buying anything from them. First of all, because there are so many other brands and companies that make custom palettes, many of which are a lot cheaper, but also because of that whole debacle with the Z Potter, where she was basically attacking fans on Instagram for daring to suggest that the product she came up with was not actually the Ark of the Covenant. If you missed all the drama, Here for the Tea did a really great video summing it all up. I'll link that down below, but basically the gist of it is that Z Palette came out with this tool called the Z Potter that was specifically for heating up makeup to depot it. And when it was announced on Trendmood, a lot of people questioned the need for it because a lot of people have been depotting using their own methods for quite a while. And so people were kind of skeptical, and they were just saying like, why should I shell out a significant amount of money for this tool when the methods I've been using have been perfectly fine so far? So instead of explaining exactly why this product is better to the other methods, she basically just started flat out attacking people and insulting them. Like, she was literally calling them stupid for not understanding why this product was so good when she literally never explained why it was so good in the first place. And it was really embarrassing because it was just so unprofessional the way she was acting. She was acting like a bratty child, really. And a lot of people who stuck up for her were saying like, well, she worked so hard on this product and she was so excited to share it with everyone. And then everyone just immediately started like shitting all over it, which sucks. I'll admit that. That really does suck when you have really put a lot of time and effort into something and then people just kind of condemn it without even giving it a chance. Like people said, well, basically she just reacted to that. She reacted to the way other people were acting towards her product. But here's the thing, y'all. I just don't understand how she could have not anticipated this kind of a reaction, or at least someone working for her could have anticipated this. I mean, it's not like this woman is just clueless about the depotting community. She has built her entire brand around the depotting community. She has to be aware that people depot using other methods and have used other methods for depotting for a long time. In fact, she herself has shown videos of herself depotting with other methods, like using an oven. And look, y'all, I did not go to business school. I am no Gordon Gekko or Jack Donaghy or whatever. I in no way claim I've mastered the art of business or marketing, but I would think it would be common sense that if you're coming out with a new product that is an alternative to what people are already using, you have to somehow convince people that your product is significantly better than what they've already been doing. Humans by nature are lazy. It's always easier to convince someone to not do something than it is to convince them to do something. People will always want to keep doing exactly what they're doing, then start doing a new thing. Like, that's rudimentary psychology right there. So basically, she has been neck deep in this depotting community for a while. She knows that people have their own methods of depotting that they like. And now she is going to try to convince them to spend a lot of money on a new product that will achieve the exact same result. I just don't understand how you can argue that she got caught off guard by the reaction to this product. Sorry, need some water. Where was I? Oh yeah, I would think that anyone on her marketing team that had even taken any sort of hell, if they'd even like slept through an advertising 101 class, I would think they would have told her like, listen, lady, look, people are going to be skeptical about this product. We are going to have to really sell them on it. Like, we can't just drop it in front of them and be like, you need this, stupid, which is essentially what she did. She just like dropped the product, and then when people questioned why it was necessary, she basically just called them stupid. All she really had to do was explain why this product is so much better than the alternative methods that people have been using, like ovens and flat irons and that kind of stuff. All she had to do was just say like, well, unlike those other methods, this is an induction heating system, so it's a lot easier and more effective. It's less likely to ruin your makeup. It's much safer to use. And even if she had done that, people probably still would have been skeptical. There probably still would have been a lot of people that would prefer to stick with their ways rather than buying something new. But at least then she wouldn't have made a complete ass of herself on social media and come across as like a rude, condescending turbo bitch 3000. That's all I have to say about that. All right, I don't want anything from Z Palette brand. Last one. Lastly, I have Laura Lee's brand. Oh, Laura Lee. I've actually wanted to talk about her for a while because I actually did used to really like her. I used to watch her videos all the time. She was one of the people that, like, her videos first got me really into makeup and into the makeup community on YouTube. So I really liked her a lot. And then I unsubscribed to her at pretty much the same time everyone else did. Basically what happened with Laura Lee, if you happen to miss it, what happened to her is something that's pretty typical of YouTubers. She did something shitty, people called her out on it, she lost a lot of followers, she made a laughably bad apology video, and then eventually the whole thing kind of blew over and she's really no worse for wear now after all of it. And a lot of people really do argue that everyone should just get over it and move on. And in a way, I do agree with that. I don't think there's any use like dwelling on it and obsessing over it, but I will never support her again. Well, I don't want to say never because, I mean, at some point she could decide to actually take responsibility and make a legitimate apology, but I would say the chance of that happening is about 0%. I certainly wouldn't hold my breath. I think the issue with Laura Lee really does come down to the issue with the classic problematic YouTuber and the kind of the classic apology video, which has become an art at this point. Like, the apology video on YouTube is now an art of its own. Before you know it, there will be entire channels on YouTube that their entire content is just apology videos. Like, mark my words, that's what's coming next. And a lot of people have also made videos about apology videos and the issues with them. And one of those that I really liked was by the YouTuber Critical, or sometimes people know him as Penguin Zero, who is also a YouTuber I've liked for a while. I'll see if I can find the actual video to link it down below. If not, I'll just link his whole channel down below. But he made a video at one point just talking about YouTube apology videos. And he made a point in it that I really agree with it. He said that in these apology videos, they never actually apologize to the person or group of people that they should be apologizing to. They always just kind of apologize around it. And that's exactly what Laura did in her video. She spends the entire video apologizing to her fans and to the people who watch her videos and to the people who buy her products, and just apologizes for disappointing them. She basically just apologizes to the people who line her pockets. How about apologizing to Black people for making light of the racist interactions that they have with police? How about apologizing for perpetuating racist stereotypes on about 13 different levels? She did not mention Black people once in that entire damn video. That is almost impressive. To make an apology video for doing something racist against Black people and not even mention Black people once in the video, I mean, that is no easy task. You have got to be really committed to not apologizing for being racist in order to do something like that. Honestly, at least she had the moral compass to realize that the video was a disaster and just take it down. That's the one part of the whole situation I respect even a little bit. Basically, my advice to you is, if you want to make an apology video on YouTube, first of all, just fucking don't. I mean, like, if there's any lesson we should have learned as a community by now, it's that making an apology video and posting it on YouTube never turns out well for anyone. It's just not a good idea, so just stop doing it. But if you do decide to do one, just make sure that at least once in what I'm sure is going to be a 45-minute video, just make sure at least once in those 45 minutes, you actually fucking apologize to the person or group of people that you have wronged. Don't just apologize to your fans. Don't just apologize to the people who line your pockets. Actually apologize to the person you hurt with your words or your actions. Is that really such a radical concept? Anyway, I've never tried any of her products. I probably never will. I am right now anti-hauling everything she will ever come up with from now until eternity, with the exception of that she ever actually does come up with a real apology, but I highly doubt that will ever happen. And that's the last thing I had on my list. Wow, this ended up being a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. It feels like I always say that. I mean, once you get me started on something, I just can't be stopped, y'all. I hope y'all had fun watching this. If there's any brands that you're currently anti-hauling, please let me know in the comments because I live for this shit. I'll also have another ASMR video up later tonight, so be on the lookout for that. I should get back to studying. So I'll see y'all later.